What's up, Misfit Nation? Welcome to another episode of the Misfit Wrestling Podcast. I am your host, Matt the Misfit. This is your Monday Night Raw review for March the 13th, 2023. I'm sorry for missing a full week of reviews. Just wasn't, I don't know, just wasn't feeling up to it. I didn't really enjoy AEW this week. I haven't even watched Ring of Honor yet. And I forgot to do the SmackDown review. I was going to do SmackDown review, but I had a pounding, migrating headache. But I'm hoping to get back to this week. Hopefully, I got all this stuff sorted out here. I got WWE 2K23. Depending on what I'm going to do with it, I may do some gaming content for you guys. Who knows? I don't know what they're going to do here. But if you want to see all that stuff here, because I'm going to plug my gaming channel in just a little bit. But if you want to listen to this podcast here, you can go to the Twitter machine, Misfit Podcast TV, Misfit Wrestling Pod on Instagram, Misfit Wrestling Podcast on Facebook, even though no one uses it, on YouTube.com/@ Misfit Wrestling Podcast, all the other audio outlets, Spotify, Amazon Music, Audible, Stitcher, Paramount, or not Paramount, Pandora, I don't know why I was trying to say Paramount and Paramore. I don't know why. Pandora, iHeartRadio, and Google Podcast. And if you want to see potentially WWE 2K23 content, please do me a favor and go subscribe to my gaming channel that I haven't really been doing much of anything on. Because it's more like a hobby than it is. Kind of, this is sort of like a hobby too, but I'm enjoying doing this stuff. So, but Misfit Gamer 101, that's on Facebook, or not Facebook, that's on the old YouTube machine there and all that good stuff. Bray Wyatt news. All you need to know about that is Bray Wyatt's taking time off due to an illness of some sort. I don't know what's going on with that. Bray Wyatt versus the presumed match between Bray Wyatt and Bobby Lashley may not be taking place, so we don't know when he's coming back. So Bray Wyatt may be missing this year's WrestleMania, but who knows? Who knows? But let's talk about what happened on this show, because we got a match announcement. Well, a match that was sort of already confirmed multiple times, but was made official. We found out that at WrestleMania it's going to be Edge and Finn Balor inside Hell in a Cell. This match was originally set to take place at the Royal Rumble, but was moved back due to Edge having prior commitments filming a Disney Plus show. So now that match is taking place at WrestleMania, which is fine by me, as long as it's the end of the feud, because we're going to start that off with the Judgment Day and Edge. So Edge comes out, he talks about stuff. He calls off Finn Balor. Finn Balor and the Judgment Day come out to the ring. Balor says he wants to hear what Edge has to say, because why else would you have come out here? Edge says he didn't come to Providence, Rhode Island to talk, but to end things. He says that he knows Balor will try to hide backstage while the rest of the Judgment Day attacks him, which is true, and says the cycle will just repeat itself. He says Balor challenged him to a match at WrestleMania a few weeks ago, and if he wants it, he got it. Balor celebrates and brags about how he'll beat Edge, but Edge cuts him off. He says he needs to accomplish what it needs to be. He needs to accomplish what needs to be done before time runs out, because he is planning supposedly to retire this year. He admits Balor makes Judgment Day better, which is true. I tell you, this is the actual fact here. Under Edge, the fucking Judgment Day was not going anywhere. They got rid of Edge, put in Finn Balor, and then Triple H take over and get a hold of Judgment Day, and they're like the top act on Raw, which is mind-boggling to hear me say that. Because just over a year ago, I would have said the opposite thing about Judgment Day. He says he calls the group an emo delight, which whatever the fuck that means. Then says that he's doing what has worked because the group has gotten better. It's gotten the better of him on multiple occasions. He says Balor forced him. In other words, I quit at Extreme Rules, which is true. And attacked his wife, which is what caused him to say I quit. Then says there's only one way to resolve this issue, and that is inside Hell in a Cell. And Balor says he's been to hell before, but Hell spit him out because he didn't know how to handle his demons. Using a return of the demon. I hope to God not. I don't want to see the demon anymore. Vince McMahon ruined the demon by doing the shit that he did at Extreme Rules 2 years ago. Not last year, the year before. No. I know Vince, I know Triple H loves the demon, but come on now. But he accepts Edge's challenge for Hell in a Cell. Then orders the rest of the Judgment Day to go out there and attack him. Priest, Rhea, and Dominik attack Edge, but Dex Loomis, Johnny Gargano, and Candice LeRae for some reason. I don't know why. Candice comes out here to even the odds here with the Judgment Day. And then Edge just disappeared. Edge and Balor just, I guess Edge, maybe Balor did, but I know Edge for a fact disappeared. Then we had the Judgment Day defeat Johnny Gargano and Dex Loomis in a fine little match. Little NXT-ish match here with Dominik here. But the match ends with the South of Heaven by Damian Priest, the Dexter Loomis, and they end up getting the win here. Judgment Day obviously looking strong heading into both Rhea and Balor's matches for WrestleMania. We'll talk about Dominik as well because he issued a challenge to his father, Rey Mysterio, a little bit later on in the show. Then we had a video package talking about what happened earlier on in the day. Miz comes into the arena. Is immediately interrupted by Chad Gable asks Miz, where the fuck is Otis? Miz says he just got to the arena. He doesn't know where he's at. Go find your lost little pet with some flyers and shit. He goes, and that's what Gable begins to do. Miz gets asked by Kathy Kelly. Was about to ask a question, but before he can really answer it, no noise is happening on the other side, and you have Damage CTRL attacking Trish Stratus. And that's how that sets up a little bit later on tonight in another promo that happened later on. I like this for a few reasons. The rumor now going around is that at some point they're going to turn Trish Stratus heel, and they're going to do Trish and Becky possibly for SummerSlam. Personally, I would have done this for WrestleMania, or you could have done, Trish and Bayley versus Becky and Lita, and then you could have the rest of the Damage CTRL take on Ronda and Shayna. But I still don't know how that's going to play out, anyways. But now Trish has a valid reason to turn heel. Like Becky and Lita were nowhere to be seen during Trish's attack. They decided to show up later on when Trish is in the trainer's room getting checked on. And not like that, you fucking pervs. Get your mind out of the gutter. Omos and Brock Lesnar come face to face. It was a thing. It was. It's happening. I can't get away with it. I get away from it. Though Brock Lesnar is still the smartest man in the room, saying no to Bray Wyatt's spooky bullshit. Then we have Jey Uso video package from last week, or not? It's a recapping of last week where Jey turned on Sami Zayn, which was a phenomenal ending of the show, by the way. Following last week's main event, Cody Rhodes confronting the Usos on SmackDown. Again, to talk about that, which is great. Sami Zayn and Cody Rhodes stands tall at the end of SmackDown. Then we had LA Knight versus Cody Rhodes, which was actually a really good match. These two work really well together. It was a fun little match. Cody Rhodes obviously hits the Cody Cutter and the Crossroads for the win. rumors of LA Knight possibly doing something with Stone Cold at WrestleMania. I wouldn't mind to see that. I would probably stop caring after the 1800th what chant and yeah chant. It's gonna probably get annoying to a lot of people, but this is one of the best parts of the show here. Cody Rhodes grabs the mic on after his match, says that keeps hearing warnings from Paul Heyman. Stay out of the bloodlines business. He says he doesn't work for the Cody says he doesn't work for the bloodline. He can fight alongside Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. He's also heard Heyman say that not to make things personal. Then says that that's a joke. Says that it's been personal his entire career, from his early age at 21 to now. He gets choked up every week when he's talking about everything that he's been through. He says he acknowledges Roman Reigns, but he also says Roman needs to start acknowledging him, and says that his time since coming back to WWE has been perfect, which is actually accurate, believe it or not. He's been undefeated, which is also true. And when the sun goes down at WrestleMania, he's gonna earn his. Before that, he says he has earned nothing but he has earned nothing for all his work, for all his hard work thus far. But at WrestleMania, when the sun goes down in Hollywood and the sun goes down on Roman Reigns' title run, he will pin Roman Reigns to become the first Rhodes to become the undisputed WWE Universal Champion. There's a really good line in there that was I don't wear a suit because what was the line? What was the line, Cody about suits? And it was a really good line, but I have to find it here. Oh, here it goes. The reason I wear a suit is not because I think I am somebody, it's because I want to be somebody. That was a hell of a fucking line. I loved it. Triple H would be a fucking fool to have Cody Rhodes lose at WrestleMania. Cody Rhodes is the guy. People need to get over it. Whether you like it or not, you have to accept it. You may not like it, but you have to accept it. Next up, we got Byron Saxton backstage with Seth freaking Rollins, who is doing Seth Rollins things. Asks about Rollins about his reaction to being knocked out by Logan Paul last week. Rollins says, "Well, Logan Paul did indeed get the better of him. You can't keep the visionary down." Well, he didn't say the visionary down, but I use that line anyways. Miz walks in because he is the Jericho. At this point, the Miz is the Jericho Appreciation Society in WWE. Like, he has to stick his nose in every fucking thing. It's annoying. It's like a little bug on the wall. He's annoying. Miz walks in, says that Rollins is jealous of Logan Paul. Okay, I'm gonna try to read that again without laughing. Miz says Rollins is oh God. Miz says that Rollins is jealous of Logan Paul that he got knocked out last week. Miz says as the host of WrestleMania, he is privileged to certain information, and announces that Paul will be hosting Impulsive next week. Yippee fucking do! And with him as a guest, with The Miz as his guest. It's weird. Baron Corbin walks in, says that his schedule is free, and if he wants to co-host for WrestleMania, he can just ask him. Miz declines the offer because fucking no one wants to see Baron Corbin's fucking ass on television. Corbin then offers his he basically get the matches made between the two here, between Rollins and Baron Corbin. So and Rollins says his baby can do a better job of teaching him, and Corbin says he's lucky that the two of them aren't here tonight. Who the fuck is he talking about? The two of them? Who is the two of them? He never even specified who the two of them are. Whatever. Let's move along here. Bronson Reed beat the shit out of Elias with a tsunami. That's all I have to say about that. Just to get Bronson Reed on television. Hey, look, I know a lot of people said that here. Bobby Lashley looking for a new match for Bray Wyatt. Bronson Reed's right there, man. Just do that. We're backstage with Kathy Kelly again. I always love seeing Kathy Kelly, so I'm okay with it. I don't mind seeing Kathy Kelly every week. Fine by me. In every segment, rather. Chad Gable, backstage, he gets interrupted again because of the Flyers. There's a funny thing. So Chad Gable's walking down the hallway, and he hands out a one of those flyers in front of Becky Lynch. Becky just fucking flings it up, which is hilarious to see. They storm her and Lita, who finally now decided to give a shit about Trish Stratus. Storm past Kathy Kelly, ignoring her response or question. They go into the trainer's room. Back from break, Kevin Owens again with Kathy Kelly. She's all over the place. Give her a raise. Kathy asks Owens about his upcoming match with Solo Sikoa. Owens says that he wants to keep Pete in this match alone, says he doesn't want help from Sami or Cody Rhodes tonight, which he actually didn't get it, so he got his word. And I guarantee you next week. Well, I'll talk about that when we get to the main event here. We seen last week's incredible fucking burial of Austin Theory by John Cena last week. The Street Profits go back and forth with Austin Theory. Austin Theory gets challenged to a match by Angelo Dawkins, and that sets up the match that happens next. Before Theory walks off, he tells the Street Profits, which one of you? He's basically making fun of the fact that the Street Profits are not going to be on WrestleMania. This match was really nothing special here. It's just got the win for Austin Theory, A-Town down. And then after the match, Austin Theory elected the STF for emotional damage there to send a message to John Cena. Montez Ford runs out to make the save, and that's how that whole thing ended here. Rey Mysterio, they show the Rey Mysterio video package from last week's SmackDown as Rey Mysterio is going into the Hall of Fame. I think this is real. I'm not 100% sure. No, the one thing I had an issue with the video package is they showed nothing from Rey Mysterio's time in WCW and ECW. How? First of all, Rey Mysterio, WWE wouldn't even know who Rey Mysterio was without WCW and ECW, but that's neither here or there. Dominik comes out, starts talking all the smack, eventually challenges Rey Mysterio to a match at WrestleMania, and Rey's like, nah, not feeling it today, and just walks off. I hope to Christ this match gets announced soon because I'm tired of waiting for it. I'm pretty sure WrestleMania. I feel like WrestleMania is going to be the end of Rey Mysterio in the ring. It feels like that's what they're setting up here. So we go backstage again to Kathy Kelly, the lovely Kathy Kelly, Becky Lynch, Trish Stratus, and Lita walk out. Becky Lynch basically says that somebody in Damage CTRL is going to get their fucking head kicked in, and it's great. So, which probably means Trish Stratus is going to turn on the partners there. Next up, Baron Corbin gets his ass kicked by Seth Rollins with a curb stomp off the back of Miz onto Corbin for the win. And Seth Rollins, by the way, is mega over, by the way. And it was confirmed. Night one will be Rollins and Logan Paul, I did forget to mention on before during the Mysterio's part, Wednesday on the bump, they're going to announce the next inductee into the WWE Hall of Fame this year, which will be presented by or announced by Ric Flair. I'm going to assume, based on reports, that's going to be the Great Muta. That's just my hunch on that, but I have no actual information on that. If that's going to be what it's going to be, but I do feel like it's going to be the Great Muta. Makes a lot of sense. Chad Gable, Otis, and all that stuff. They did this whole thing with the maximum models. It was cute, harmless, nothing dangerous about it here. I forgot what they called him. They didn't call him Otis. They called him something else. They gave him the maximum model's name, but I forgot what they called him. It was actually hilarious. Bianca Belair beat Chelsea Green for some odd reason. Bianca, they had her struggle through this entire match, and I don't understand why. Didn't really need to, but that's it was. I don't know. It was kind of it was something else. KOD for the win here. After the match, Carmella, who's still out there with not Lacey Evans, Chelsea Green. They're doing the whole thing there. Asuka comes out, try to a helping hand, and then they stare down each other, and Asuka is playing around with the belt. She's dancing around with it, and it looked great. I hope to God Asuka wins at WrestleMania. And that's the setup. Yep, you guessed it right. Can they coexist for next week? Asuka and Bianca Belair versus Carmella and what the fuck is her name? What the hell is her name? I'm now just talking Chelsea Green. And can they coexist this match? Goody. Oh man, they're doing really like the match is gonna be fine and all, but I don't know, there's something about it here. Main event. Oh, we did also find out we'd seen a promo from not Kevin Owens. Who the fuck was it? Paul Heyman. That's right. Paul Heyman said that Roman Reigns is going to be on Raw next week. That should be interesting. Main event. Fun main event here. I really enjoyed this. This was Kevin Owens, Solo Sikoa, street fight. Funny part about this is Kevin Owens showed up in actual street fight gear. And Solo Sikoa should decide, hey, I'm going to show up in my wrestling gear in a street fight. Yeah, but this was actually an enjoyable match. I enjoyed this. All the weird stuff that happened here, nasty tables bumps and chair bumps and all that stuff. Match ended near where Solo and KO fought in the crowd. They were about to go backstage, and Kevin Owens runs into a super kick, which then is laid in by a Samoan spike by Solo Sikoa for the 1-2-3, and Solo Sikoa remains undefeated on the main roster. And looked like, I guess Kevin Owens threw up. I guess or something. I don't know. Anyway, that's how that show ended. Now, I know. Now, Raw was a fine episode. It was all right. Nothing major happened. We had a few match announcements like Edge and Balor, Hell in a Cell. We have a match that was basically 100% confirmed in Rey Mysterio and Dominik Mysterio and all that stuff here. I think now, given that not Roman, that Kevin Owens told Cody and Sami not coming to help him this week. I wonder if that's going to play into Friday on SmackDown or next week. Because what if Kevin Owens is like, where were you guys? And Kevin Owens, and I guarantee you, Cody and Sami's going to be like, you told us not to go out there, so we didn't. I do think Cody Rhodes, and it pretty much confirmed it last week. Cody Rhodes is trying to be the bridge to rekindling the friendship between Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens for when they eventually go and challenge the Usos for the tag team titles at WrestleMania. And that's how I think that's going to happen. But yeah, Raw was fine. Main event match was match of the night wasn't the main event. Balor to Edge. I really hope this is the end of the feud come WrestleMania. I think they're going to have a killer Hell in a Cell match. Cody and Roman's going to be. I'm excited for. I'm actually excited for the WrestleMania card outside of Brock Lesnar and Omos. Like if you take out Brock Lesnar, like here's the current card as it stands for WrestleMania. Official matches announced. Seth Rollins and Logan Paul, and Brock Lesnar and Omos, which is that for night 1. On night 2, you have Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes. Unofficial official matches that don't have an actual date nights assigned to them. Charlotte and Rhea for the SmackDown Women's title. Bianca and Asuka for the Raw Women's title. Edge and Finn Balor Hell in a Cell. Gunther will. It's going to be a triple threat match. So I'm just putting out here. Gunther, Sheamus, Drew McIntyre for the Intercontinental title. That's going to happen. Austin Theory versus John Cena for the United States Championship. Becky Lynch, Trish Stratus, and Lita versus Damage CTRL. Rumored matches may not happen yet. Bobby Lashley versus Bray Wyatt, maybe, might, I don't know. The Usos versus Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens for the undisputed tag team titles, and Rey Mysterio versus Dominik Mysterio. So far, that's a fire looking card. So, yeah, but that's WrestleMania's card updating a little bit. But I've been Matt the Misfit. This has been the Misfit Wrestling Podcast. I will see you guys back here, hopefully, for SmackDown. Not SmackDown, for AEW Dynamite, if AEW Dynamite doesn't fucking decide to ruin me again. But if not for AEW Dynamite, definitely I will be back here, I promise, for Ring of Honor on Thursday. And then we go into Friday for SmackDown. And then we have 2 more weeks until WrestleMania, starting next week with Roman Reigns on Monday Night Raw. I've been Matt the Misfit. This has been the Misfit Wrestling Podcast. Until then, we're out.